Alright. Hello, Yesas. What is this? I don't know. Welcome back to another video. Thank you for tuning in again for another reading paranormal stories that you guys submit to me. I am really excited for this one. I think I got some pretty spooky ones, so I hope that you guys are ready to listen to some scary stories. So go ahead and get comfortable, grab your comida, grab whatever you need to listen to these stories. And if you are new here, hi, my name is Brenda. I go by Beyond Belleza. If you would like to join my little community of Bellezas, all you have to do is subscribe down below and turn on your post notifications so you do not miss a new video. Also, do give this video a huge thumbs up if you end up enjoying it whatsoever, because it really does help out my channel in various different ways. We are so close to 3,000 subscribers, so make sure if you are not yet subscribed to do so. If you tune in every week to watch one of my videos and you're not subscribed yet, what are you doing? Like, I'm offended. I'm just kidding, but anyway, let's go ahead and get into today's video. Okay, let me pull up my email, because as always I never have it up when I'm about to record. And if you still don't know what my email is to send in your stories to, it is beyondbellezaparanormal@gmail.com. Really straightforward, just my YouTube name with the word paranormal in it. Alright, let's get into the first one. It is a rather long one, so as I said, get comfy. Alright, so this one is by Yesenia Barba. And she says, "Hey boo, my name is Yesenia and I have a pretty long story for you. I'm going to tell you about some paranormal stuff that happens at my grandparents' house. They live in a super old house. I think it was built in 1920, and it used to belong to my great-grandparents. And now my grandma and grandpa own it. They are both in their late 80s and can't get around on their own very much. So I always have to visit them at their house since it's not possible for them to come to mine. Being in their house scares me a lot, but I love them so much and I visit them all the time no matter what. They own a lot of antiques and all their furniture is old and vintage, so it just makes the whole place a lot more eerie. My grandparents have never mentioned anything happening to them that they can't explain, but their sight and hearing isn't the best, so that might be why. I attached some pictures of a few spots in their house where different things happened to me. I didn't want to show too much just for our privacy. Okay, so the first place is the guest room, which has a twin-size bed and the decor is super outdated and pretty creepy. And that's where I have to sleep whenever I stay over. And I'll put in the picture here, or I'll just put it on all over this while I'm talking about it. I hear footsteps go back and forth outside the guest room when I'm trying to sleep. I see shadows pass by my peripheral vision all the time as well, and I always wake up to the closet door being open. It's hard to sleep over. Next is the living room. It has some old couches and my grandparents do have a TV but no cable, just a DVD player, which always turns on randomly. Next place is the covered patio. There's a random Mickey doll that I really hate, lol. I would always put it in the closet, but my grandma loves it and she thinks it's cute. That thing is not cute. It's a vintage Mickey, but it still looks very creepy. All of the Mickey merch from the 1950s, it's a horror film on its own. Okay. And then, where was it? That doll always ends up back on the chair a while after I put it in the closet, so I just stopped doing it, and I just stay far away from it because I'm so creeped out by it. It was so hard for me to take a picture of it, too. I took it from far away, lol. And the last picture I sent is of a rocking chair that I always catch rocking back and forth, and for years I have tried taking a video of it moving on its own, and it immediately stops moving. It starts to rock every time I pass by it in the room it's in. I keep that door closed now, so I don't have to look at it. The door always ends up open again though, so I have to keep closing it throughout the day. That is so creepy. They're like taunting you. They're like, no, you're gonna watch us do this. There are just always random footsteps and knocks all through the day, as well as whispers out of nowhere, right by my ear, that never fail to startle me. Scary. I don't think the spirits there are evil, but they are very active and never fail to scare me. My grandparents spend most of their time on the porch or just sitting on the couch enjoying each other's company, and I think the spirits in this house just leave them alone. I try not to sleep over very often, but I get really sad leaving my grandparents. I hardly get any sleep because noises constantly scare me, and I just feel like something is always in the room with me. This last week that I slept over it felt different. I have never had anything physically touch me. It's usually just my surroundings. But that Thursday night, I was finally falling asleep and I felt a hand grip my calf and my blanket tugged on. I jumped up and was so terrified. I sat at the dining table with all the lights on for the rest of the night. Oh, hell no. That is so scary. What the hell? I don't think I will be sleeping over anytime soon. I'll just leave late at night and return in the morning. It's a lot to deal with, and up until now, I never felt like anything was trying to be evil or harm me. But it seems to very slowly be escalating. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I experience these things every time I visit, but it's mostly the same stuff. Hope that wasn't too much to read. I don't know if there's anything I can do for their house, since I'm not sure what the spirits' intentions are, or why they don't move on and constantly want attention. If things get worse, I might write into you again. Okay, that's it. Love you. Bye. That was a lot. And also, the pictures that you sent me, obviously I put them in while I was reading this, but they're so creepy. And yeah, just eerie vibes all around when it comes to old houses that just have antique furniture, that everything's like outdated. It just gives you creepy vibes. Like even if you go to like a motel or something where if they don't have everything upgraded, it just feels very spooky overall. And those pictures are so creepy, especially the Mickey Mouse. And I have a portrait thingy where there's a Mickey Mouse like from that era somewhere in there. I'll probably take a picture of it and show it to you guys because I don't want to change the placing of my camera right now, but yeah, it's up there. Okay, let's move on to story number 2. And my sister just got home, so I'm gonna pause real quick. Alright, on to story number 2, which is by Rania Shauki. Probably butchering that. I'm so sorry if I did, but I'll put your name right here. It says, "Hi Brenda, by the way, really love your videos and would be a pleasure to have my story mentioned on your channel." Well, here you are. Thank you so much for watching, girl. It says, and she says, "When I was around the young age of 6, I frequently experienced paranormal incidences. But obviously at that age, you don't fully understand what they are and if they are normal or just your imagination." I feel that. "Sometimes I would hear whispering noises, unexplainable noises, voices of people who weren't there. One really scary thing that till this day I can't explain is every year on my birthday, something really freaking unsettling would occur. From seeing shadows, feeling a strange touch, and faint whispers. When it was my 14th birthday, I felt extremely sick to the point I couldn't move my body or else I would feel immense pain. What was so strange is I've never experienced such an extreme physical pain to the point that my family really thought I was not going to make it out safe. So I was bedridden for 6 days, including my birthday. It was around 3 p.m. and it was still bright out, but I was all alone in my bed, just laying down. And out of the corner of my eye, I see a tall shadow. I assumed it was just my brother, but weirdly, that figure was just idling around, which I thought was really weird for my brother to do. It stayed for what seemed like 10 plus minutes. I soon got confused and asked my brother what he was doing there. Yet there was no response. Due to my health, I couldn't even bear to move my head to the side because of the pain I was in. The worries soon started to kick in when I realized that it was still there. No movement, no response. Then, what felt like centuries, I hear my bedroom door close slowly. However, the shadow was still standing there where it always was. What scared me the most was the quiet that filled the room. Because of my vulnerable position, I felt really frightened. That was a weird noise. What was that? I don't know what that was. Sorry. This story kind of scaring me. Where was I? However, the shadow was still standing right where it always was. What scared me the most was the quiet that filled the room because of my vulnerable position. I felt really frightened. I soon forced myself to shut my eyes until I no longer felt that presence. However, I soon just fell asleep. I woke up at around 8 p.m., so every corner of my room was filled with darkness. My eyes barely made out the shape of yet again the same tall shadow. This time, however, it no longer was the still figure, but was charging at me at an immense speed. As soon as I closed my eyes, I felt a heavy pressure pressing on my chest to the point that it was restricting my breathing. Nope. That's so scary. Where was I? Because of my condition, there was no way for me to even try to defend myself. It lasted for around 30 seconds and soon released. To be honest, I'm not much of an emotional person, but after that happened, I was just constantly bawling my eyes out silently and uncontrollably. Oh my gosh. That's so freaking scary. After that incident and many others that followed that time, my birthday no longer was celebrated time, but a time where I fear for what may happen on that day. My birthday just passed a few days ago, and I thought that what happened was worth me sending my story in. It was on June 4th, 2021, my birthday, and I was washing my face in the bathroom with the door open. When I was washing, my face soap got into my eyes and started to burn. I don't know why I struggled so much with that sentence. I called out for my brother to hand me my towel. Soon I felt my towel being placed on my shoulder, and I still had my eyes shut. I patted the person's hand and said thank you. The hand that I patted felt like a woman's hand, small and thin, so I assumed it was my mom. By the time I wiped my face and looked up to the mirror, I caught a quick glance of someone shutting my parents' room behind them. Thinking it was my mom, I went to the room to tell her she accidentally gave me my sister's towel. However, when I opened her room, I was met with silence and the absence of a person who I was so damn sure entered that room. Right when I was about to walk out, I heard a loud voice right beside my ear in a breathless tone saying, "Rania, stop it." I spun around rapidly to only be met with nothing. That is so creepy, oh my god. My house has always been a place where frequent paranormal incidents happen. Even the previous owner of the house passed away in that house. I don't necessarily think that his death has plagued the house to have an extremely paranormal aura. There have been numerous incidences where much more unsettling things have happened, not just to me, but my family altogether. My story may have not been the most craziest paranormal story, but I was just hoping that me sharing it will no longer have a heavy burden on me. Hopefully next year I will be comfortable enough to want to spend a good birthday. I would like to know what your take on my story is and what you may think caused this. The only thing that still confuses me is why it mainly happened around my birthday. Thanks for reading my story, whether you involved it in your video or you just personally read it by yourself. By the way, I'm a huge fan of your paranormal videos and I really hope you keep making them. Thank you so much, girl. Of course, I will keep making them as long as I have material to cover for you guys. But yeah, that was a really, really crazy story, and I don't think I have an answer or like an idea why it would be on your birthday. Maybe because of you getting sick on that specific day when you should have been like really excited and really happy and like looking forward to your birthday, and then you had to spend it on your bed for like the whole week of your birthday basically, and maybe it attached itself to that sort of energy, and then for the following birthdays maybe it just wants you to stay in that same position and doesn't want you to feel any kind of excitement for it, really wants to put you down. Maybe it's like an evil sort of entity that is trying to feed off of your fear. Like maybe it knows that you're anticipating your birthday turning out this way with a paranormal experience that that is going to scare you, and it feeds off of that sort of energy. That's what I think, my little theory over here for what it could have possibly been attached to and why that specific day. And you know, if you've experienced other paranormal things outside of just your birthday but it's more intense on that day, I feel like that really might be it. It's just like finding a way to taunt you and really make you feel not the best about your what's supposed to be your scared the shit out of myself. What's supposed to be a special day for you basically. But Rania, thank you so much for that story. I really enjoy long stories, and that one was really good, very spooky, and I hope that things get better for you and that you don't experience any more things, because I know how even if it's not the craziest things that could have happened to you, it is still very traumatizing, just like one little thing happening to you and then you're like always thinking about it because you're like, oh my god, what if it happens again, you know? And I get it. Like, it doesn't have to be like things flying all over the place. It's just like little instances that make you uncomfortable and that really mess with your peace basically. So yeah, anyway, and let's move on to the third one. This one is by Tania Jocelyn. It says, "Hey Brenda, before I share this story for you, I just wanted to thank you so much for reading my paranormal story I sent last time. I love your videos and I love you." Thank you so much, girl. You guys are literally the sweetest. I love you guys as well. I love you as well. Okay. And she says, "So this is actually a story that happened in the same house that the other experience happened in. I've been living in this house since I was born, and the house is pretty old. When this happened, my mom and dad were upstairs in the master bedroom, and I was with my grandparents in the kitchen. My mom was just messing around taking pictures of my dad, and that night when we were in bed, my dad woke up sweating and asked my mom for her phone. When she gave it to him, he zoomed in on the picture she took, and there was a face in the window, and you can clearly see it. He said that in his dream, a demon told him, 'We are always watching you.'" What the fuck? Stop. Girl, I cannot mess with demons. I don't like the idea of demons being in this world. That is so freaking scary. Okay. It says, where was I? "We are always watching you," and showed a photo of him, which was the one my mom took. My dad always used to see weird figures around the house. The weird thing about this was that he passed away 1 month after this. Wait, your dad? Stop. Oh, I'm so sorry. He passed away 1 month after this incident. Oh my god. She puts coincidence? ? I put a picture of it. If you want, you can insert it in the video if it gets onto your video. Sorry if this story was long, but I have many more experiences in this house. Love you." And then she did send me a picture. Guys, stop. Okay, I'm obviously inserting the picture here, and you could kind of see like an outline of like what's supposed to be a nose and like the mouth, and kind of like this side view of somebody's face right next to the space heater. And I'll obviously zoom it in for you guys, and she circled it, as you guys can see. That is so freaking scary. Oh my god. Oh my god. And I'm so sorry for your loss, and that is so crazy that that's literally an experience he had literally a month before he passed away. Not saying that obviously that it could be something to do with this like demon that he saw in his dream, but that is definitely really scary. Like maybe it could have been something else, like it was just his time to pass and then he was able to see it ahead of time. I don't know. It could be a lot of crazy things, but that one was really scary. As I said, demons are terrifying. Like I cannot mess with anything that has to do with conjuring any type of spirit. Like so I don't like anything that has to do with like Ouija boards or anything like that. And hi sister.
Hi sister.
But yeah, that one was really, really scary. I just keep looking at the picture because that's just scary. But thank you, Tania, for sending in that story. I really enjoyed it. And again, I'm sorry that happened to you, but that was really, really scary. Okay, let me see. Oh, my foot's falling asleep. Damn, why you gotta slam the door like that? Okay. I actually have another one that was sent in literally like a couple days ago, and it is my last one in my email, so I might as well include it just to wrap up all the ones that have been sitting in my email for a long ass time. So let me go ahead and read this one too. And I think her name is Wendy. It says, "Hi. So I had my first ever paranormal experience when I was 8 years old. It was a Saturday morning. I was getting ready to go to tutoring. I had trouble with math, so I would go tutoring every Saturday. Anyway, I was eating my cereal alone in the dining table. This was at an old apartment, espantaban mucho, which means they would scare a lot, basically. And facing the dining table was our room. Back then, we used to live in a one-bedroom apartment, so it would be my parents, and my brother, and me. At the time, my younger brother was 5. The reason I was eating alone was because my mom was really sick. She couldn't get up to do my breakfast, so that's why I was eating alone. Everything was silent, but of course, I wasn't scared because it was in the daytime. When I was finishing my cereal, I got up and looked up and saw my younger brother dragging his favorite pillow, and I clearly saw him walking out from the room to the living room. And I know I wasn't imagining it because it looked exactly like my brother, except I didn't see his face, just the pillow being dragged. I think nothing of it and thought, oh, he woke up. And when I put down my plate and went to check up on him, I saw no one. I was caught off guard and confused, so I went to check his crib, and he was sleeping as a baby. I woke up my mom and told her, and she dismissed it because she was very ill. So I ignored it, but it confused me the whole day, and I convinced myself that this was not me imagining it, because I never watched scary videos or was even thinking of anything scary. This was just one of my experiences. After that, it kept happening, but maybe I'll tell that later on. Thank you for your time and have a great day/night whenever you read this." Thank you so much, Wendy, for sending this story in. Definitely creepy. So it was something impersonating your brother, basically, which I hear it's something that ghosts can do too. It's like they'll lure you into a place by pretending or mimicking to look like somebody or like the voice of somebody, which is very scary because then it's like, who you gonna trust? Like, you could hear your mom calling out for you and you go walk out there and it's like a demon or something. Like, no ma'am, that is so scary. But yes, again, thank you, Wendy. These 4 stories that I read today were really scary. Good thing I am filming this in the daytime and I'm gonna hang out with my boyfriend later and sleep with him, because otherwise it would keep me up all night. If I was reading this on my normal days of filming, when I get off of work, I would be scared at night. I'd be like, you know what, forget it, I'm not filming this anymore. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. And before I do go, I am going to choose a comment shout out from my last video that I posted. Okay. Okay, so the comment shout out is gonna go to Shirley Torres right here. Thank you so much for leaving a comment. I really do appreciate it. And as always, if you want to be the next comment shout out, all you have to do is comment, leave me a nice comment down below, and that's it. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully I will see you in my next one. Don't forget to stay safe and be kind. I love you guys. Bye bye.
First time I saw you, girl.